Rubiano here, CarbonsForEveryone.com. And this video is about this device over here. What is this device? This is a pointing machine. So what is it called a pointing machine? Because the whole function of this tool is to take measurements from your clay model, like from that clay model over there. I'm going to take measurements and I'm going to transfer it to this material. You can use it for a stone or you can use it for wood. So right now I'm using it for wood. Most of the time I use it for stone. So this is a great device because you make your own model and you set up the device. You have three different spots. You will have a spot up there on the top and two spots on the bottom. So it's like a tripod, and it's holding by this arm, and you can take it on and off from here to there. So you have to do the same. Wherever spot is over here, you have to get the same spots over there, and that way you can measure it equal. So the whole idea is you can transfer that model into this block of wood. So this device is difficult to buy a device that has a long arm like this one. You know, a tall pole like this is difficult to find one. It's available over there. You can find a Italian one. It's made it. It's different than this one. This one I made all myself. I bought it from scratch because I was needing one with a turn arm, with the arms on the bottom bigger. So I was looking the Italian one, so I decided to make my own. So how I made my own? This is auto parts. These two parts they are like ball joints for auto, and this is just a pipe. And I well, this part over here, I just got a piece of pipe. I get a long pipe. I cut it in different sections like this, and a friend of mine he welded for me. He welded these two together like in a T, and he also put a nut over here, and I can put the butterfly screws over here to hold it together into the pipe. So I need this one like this for the crossbar and for the vertical bar. So you need one, two, three of those, four or five of those. And the bottom one I'm going to show you in a minute. They have this big size and also have a small size for this type of bars over here for the legs. So that's the device. That's how I made this device. And this part over here, like I say, was a auto part. So this was my first intent. I was trying to figure out how I can taper this and put a screw on there. And I did it many times until I figured out what was the best way to do it. So what you need three different spot points. So the purpose of those three different points is because you have this arm over here, so you're going to secure whatever you want it, the spot you want it. The same with this one. So that's one of those is a male, one is a female, I believe. And so you can move this anywhere you want it, and you can set it, tie your nuts in there, and it will stay still right in that spot. And also you're going to have this called this is the pointing of the device. This is where you take the measurements with. So you're going to need this is a brake, a cue, a brake. So this is when it's going to determine how much material you're going to take off to get to the spot you're looking for the model. So if I go over there and set a spot, let's say I already took this spot over here. So that's pretty much right over here by the crown of arms. So that spot is over there. So I measure it over there, and I come over here and move it over here and put it on there. And let me turn it sideways so you can see better. So for example, this is, if I go to my clay model and I have this much over here, so this, you know that this arm, whatever this touching is over here in the model, so if I have my stone is this big over here, so I know that I had to take this much out from there to get to this spot. So I come over here and cut all this up, and I measurement that's touching the spot I wanted, so I know that we have in the right spot, and it's going to be right there. So that's how it works. So this is the give you the depth, how much stone you're going to take off. So this device is pretty good device. It's one of the best devices to transfer after you spend your time creating your model and you figure out all the problem results. So you know that you are by real straightforward to create a your sculptor using the clay model. So with this device, you copy from there to here, and you know that whatever's extra, you take it out without no problems, without no worries. What you can do is you kind of set it there back and forth twice, So now you kind of recheck that you're in the right spot. If you something feel like this not too much over here, you kind of question yourself, well, this doesn't look right. So you go back over there and you kind of remeasurement again to make sure you are in the right spot, because you don't want to take that much material off. So that's how this material works. Like I said, you can flip it up like this. I'm going to show you the bottom part. So the bottom part is you have a 1, 2, or 3 of those, and this is a small pipes arms over here. It has a pointed. This pointed is going to go in a spot in the wood or in the stone on the model, and that way it will sit in there. I have a hole over there too, and it's in the base, so those goes there and set in there. So that's how it works. So that's what a pointing machine is. So that's the device to take measurements from your clay model into your material that you're working with. Well, I get a device over here ready. So now let's see how this works. So you can move this arm up and down the place you want it. You can put the back forward over here this way. You can turn this arm over here the way you want it. So let's say we're going to take this measurement over here. So we make sure you lock all the keys pretty good over here so this will not move. The same with this over here. Make sure this is pretty well tight in the spot. And that way nothing is going to move. You're going to move it back a little bit more that way. Right there. So as everything is locked pretty good. Now I go to my area. And I lock it right there, so that's what I wanted. So now this is the main break or key. So if I lock it right here, so I set it up right there, so I know that this is when this is touching over here, this is touching the model. So right now will be this is touching this and this is touching the model, so that will be exactly the spot we're looking for. So if I go to the stone and if I have that much, so I know that I can take this much out, all this out to get to that spot over here when this touch this part. So that's how it works. So now you retreat it back and you pick it up and you bring it into your working place. So I set it up there. So now I know that if wherever this over here to this stop over here is how much material I have to go. So now I know that I had to take this much back. So this probably had to go about, I had to take all this out. I had too much material. I probably had like 4 or 5 inches as most over here. So I can come up and cut all this out and without no problems, because I know that match over here pretty good. Sometimes if you're not sure about it, you go back and recheck it again to see if that was right. When you know that was right, you can come and cut this off without no problems. So I know that I can take all that out without no problems, because I already measurement over there in my clay model. So I know that I have an extra material. I can take it out without no problems. So that is the point, or the pointing machine. Well, thank you for watching this video. Now you know what is a pointing machine, how you can use it. You can purchase one over there, will be the Italian ones, or you can make your own one like this. Maybe in the future we'll make a video how I create my pointing machine, and you can create your own. For now, I just show you this video where you saw I put some pictures in the video, so you can see for every little part how it was made. So I hope this video is good to you. Hope you learn how now you know what kind of device you can use to take measurements for your clay model into your original piece or to your material that you're working with. It can be a stone, it can be wood. I use this for both. Most of the time I use this machine for a stone. But it works very good. You can take pretty accurate measurements and you will have no problems. Another, if you don't have one of these machines, another way to transfer your clay model from there to here, we can use a calipers. You can measurement, you go over there and you set a spot, and you set a spot over here, and you can take measurements back and forth, like in another videos where I show you how to create your face in the clay model. So the same way you use that, you use the caliper, and you can go back and forth and check the measurements, and that way you can take measurements in the right spot, and you would transfer from your clay model. So that's another way to take measurements and to transfer your clay model. But the more safety one will be this one over here. You have a pointing machine that will copy exactly the spot from there over here. So if you like this video, just give me your thumbs up. Subscribe down below to my channel, and you can visit my website, carbonforeveryone.com. And in there, I have a free course on how to become or how to learn stone carving. If you want to learn stone carving, just go over there, sign in, and you will have a free access for a video course. I go through the whole process of how to carve a stone. I carved in this big huge fish for a big sculpture that I made a little while ago. I carved the whole fish, and the fish is inside a netting. So that's a complicated carving because you have to rough it out the whole fish first. You have to carve the netting on top and recarve the fish behind the netting, and that way you can see the effect that the fish is inside a netting. So it's pretty large fish. The sculpture was 11.5 feet tall. It was a relief carving out of limestone. So you can go there and see the part of carving the fish, and that way you can learn as well how to become or how to learn stone carving. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Will be in the next couple days. In the next video.